Good evening or good day, wherever you are right now. Today I would like to speak about healthy relationships. If you really look at everyone is really searching for a healthy relationship, by the end of the day, many people can maintain a healthy relationship usually for the first 6 to 9 months or for the first 2 years. And then many times they battle to maintain that healthy relationship, as a lot of things start to creep in from different sides and they start to become cracks and they don't know how to keep. They don't even know what created the cracks, and they don't know how to heal the cracks, and therefore more and more destructive things start to surface inside this relationship, which makes it then a relationship very unhealthy. So when a person is not in a healthy relationship, you stop feeling safe and secure. But usually when you're in a healthy relationship, you usually feel extremely safe and you feel extremely secure. So the first question I ask myself, so what is relationships and why is everyone searching for relationships? By asking this question for myself, I just became the witness and I started to realize that we are in a relationship with all of life. We are in a relationship with ourselves. We are in a relationship with money. We are in a relationship with our siblings. We are in a relationship with our partner. We are in a relationship with nature. So many times, if we want a healthy relationship with our partner, we can also go and look how's our relationship with everything else. Because if we have a destructive and negative relationship with everything else in our lives, it can be quite difficult or actually impossible to have a healthy relationship with your partner. Because your relationship with your partner will just be a reflection of your relationship with everything else inside your own life. So what do people search in a relationship? People search in a relationship usually for a sense of fulfillment. How do we attain that fulfillment? We attain that fulfillment through our own emotions being met. We feel our emotional needs are met. Our psychological needs are met. And if you look at the beginning of a relationship, there's usually a lot of a deep sense of mindfulness. Where there's a deep sense of mindfulness, there's also an awareness. There's an awareness of the self, there's awareness of the other person, there's also a sense of respect, there's a sense of appreciation, there's a sense of consideration. And that is why the person got the key to your heart. But if you cannot maintain that, you can lose the key of the other person's heart. And then it just becomes one big mental construct. And it's more than we're in a relationship, more from a mental construct than from emotional well-being. So if you want a relationship to never end, you must also look at treating someone like you treated them in the beginning of the relationship. Because beginning of the relationship, everything worked. So there's usually things we stop doing. So what we stop doing is usually something, therefore we're not in alignment with the same energy as we were at the beginning of the relationship. Usually all stories at the beginning of the relationship is beautiful. So a person must remember what you've done, why you've done it, and with the intention you've done it. And if you can keep doing that and keep holding that intention, the relationship should actually work. So if the relationship is not like it was the beginning, and there's a lot of destructiveness inside this relationship, then usually what surfaces is a lot of resentment. And when there's a lot of resentment, automatically your level of quality time with one another will become less. And where there's resentment, there's also a lack of respect. Where there's a lack of quality time, there's a lack of emotional and physical bonding of the relationship. Where there's a lack of emotional and physical bonding and resentment and lack of quality time, anger starts to enter into this relationship. Where there's anger, there's usually and always a sense of sadness and a sense of loss. Because you're sad because things is not the way it was or how it have been, and it's not the way you want it to be. And there's loss because you felt you've lost that connection, you lost that something which is extremely special. And then many times we see then rage starts to surface, and when rage starts to surface, there's sometimes even a screaming and a shouting, or there's one or other level of destructiveness. Because in that destructiveness, it's the only way I can be heard, I can be seen, and I can be understood. The end result of all of this is usually the other person is feeling unsafe and insecure, and therefore there's a lack of vulnerability. Where there's a lack of vulnerability, there's also a lack of intimacy. Where there's a lack of intimacy, you and our partner is starting to feel unfulfilled, and then that is where the challenges starts to creep in. So the good thing and good reflection will be go back and look at the beginning of the relationship. What was your commitment then? And how did your current commitment, is it in alignment with that commitment? What was your intention then, and what's your intention now? How did you fulfill your partner's emotional needs? And how do you fulfill now your partner's emotional needs? So what is your level of responsiveness, and what is your current level of emotional engagement? I think that will give you a very good reflection of your own relationship. Because in a healthy relationship, you always feel safe and secure. And in a healthy relationship, there's always a sense of responsiveness. There's an awareness. And where there's awareness, you're aware of how your energy change and how it influences your partner, and you're aware of your partner's energy change and how it influences you, and then you also have to go and look, how do you respond to them when their frequencies change? They're even aware that their frequencies change. And if they raise a concern, how do you respond? Do you really listen? And what do you do when their behavior change? Because if you have a little commitment in this, you will lack responsiveness. And if you don't respond to them, then you give them permission, or they will feel less responsive towards you as well. And then it becomes a lack of responsiveness. So really go back and look your level of responsiveness, your level of quality time, your level of emotional engagement, and go and review that. Really look, what does a healthy relationship mean for you? What does a healthy relationship mean for your partner? Now can you reconnect those worlds and those realities of a healthy relationship into both of your reality in togetherness? I hope this video served you well. See you shortly.